Oh, Lord Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Makakwadash, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone of well. I am not a member, however, I've entered into their labors. Peace and mercy to the sincere brothers and sisters doing this wherever you are, whatever your lot may be. Not going to be very long. This is just to highlight how at every turn, right, every little thing is adding up to prophecy being fulfilled as far as, civil wars within Babylon, and then, the third woe, we got that on the way as well. And make no mistake about it, it is alive and well. It's just not at its height, or, something where we all see, everybody sees it, all right? But this, will feed into the Egyptian versus Egyptian here. Again, the civil unrest we read about in 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter, and we'll get that as well. But these mass layoffs are coming, and the judge is, trying to order a temporary block from having that. And I just have this up just as a view, just so you can see what we're talking about. But, in a functioning society, a properly functioning society, even if a service could be automated, say if it took an employee to do something, I don't know, 6 hours, but now with the advancement of technology, it takes them 4 or 3, cuts it in half. That doesn't mean you get rid of the employee. That just means that the burden is released from the employee, so they have more time to take care of other tasks. That would be a more efficient use, but we understand that this devil is unfit. When I said, I mean him as a nation of people. They are unfit to lead anything. And, the scriptures tell you that he set it up, the basis of man. And we'll get a couple of those. We need, let me get that. Habakkuk as well. He tells you that his soul is not lifted up. His soul is in him, that it is in him is not lifted. You know what? Let me get that too. What did I say? Setteth up basis of men. That's Daniel 4:17. I will just read it throughout in the Bible Hub here. Okay, this is the NIV, NLT. We'll read in the NLT, and I'll get the KJV. NLT first. For this has been decreed by the messengers. It is commanded by the holy ones, so that everyone may know that the Most High, or Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, ruleth over the kingdoms of the world, and he giveth them to anyone he chooses, even the lowliest of people, and that is what we are witnessing. Read it in the KJV. This matter is by the decree of the watchers, and a demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and setteth up over it the basest of men. And you're watching that, because America could actually truly be great, but it just ain't in the cards, right? What did I say? So let me just get, I'm going to front load some scriptures here, since we're talking about civil unrest, right? 12, we'll start at 12. 2nd Ezra 15:12. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundations of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that Yahweh will bring upon it. They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail through the blasting and hail, and with a fearful constellation. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and of course their actions shall stand in their power. All right, and I'll come back for some more of that. But, cutting the jobs and taking away people's gainful employment, you cause them to get desperate. Crime. If there's no jobs, there's more crime. Okay? So, again, there's that problem, reaction, solution, and all of this is done by design to inevitably end up with, the mandatory implementation of the, implantable device, UBI. We're heading toward, the universal basic income. You own nothing and will be happy. Your 15-minute cities. All right. Everything is governed and watched by, a technological lowercase God. Okay. Elon did tell you their new God will come from technology. Yeah. What did he say? Because he was working on a supercomputer in Memphis. All right. He is open to the idea that he believes in the principle. Okay. Right. Anyway, God level AI here. But he also said something. He was doing an interview. I forget that guy's name. Right here, he was doing an interview with this, and he was talking about how he got the got this supercomputer going in Memphis, Tennessee. And he's like, possibly this is where our new God will come from. So that is something else you should. Oh wait, let's see. Is this it?
How old are you?
53.
Yeah, okay. So you said something that caught me. You said you were up till 4 in the morning?
Yeah, actually a little 5 in the morning. But
okay.
We got the XAI data center or supercomputer center training from beginning installation to startup training in 19 days, which is the fastest that anyone has ever gotten a supercomputer to train.
And is that in that new building off to the side?
That's in Memphis, actually.
It's in Memphis?
Yeah, Memphis, okay. The capital of ancient Egypt.
Right. Yeah, you're bringing what?
Perhaps that's where our new God will come from.
Yeah, I wish that was funny.
Perhaps that's where our new God will come from. So where was crucified. All right, so obviously we'll get Revelation 18 and 11. So when we read scriptures like these, you start to see them come to life. You start to be able to link these things. So when you hear that Babylon the Great is spiritual Sodom, spiritual Egypt, spiritual Assyria, all right, the Assyrian, when you read the scriptures about how the Lord will come up against the Assyrians, how you can synonymously link that to 144 Kahala Yahweh Shemashai. You can synonymously link that to this devil here, because the scriptures are many-fold, right? They can mean one thing, or they could have, in a specific time period mean that, but you can also link it to what's going on now, because one, there is nothing new under the sun, and two, the wickedness of this kingdom, or the wickedness of many different kingdoms, or the different ones that have ruled throughout time, are all linked here, right? This devil has incorporated all of the wickedness all in one big burrito, man. All right, so this is Revelation 11 and 8. All right, and their dead bodies shall lie in the streets of the great city, which is, the Israelites, the prophets, the Lord's chosen, which spiritually called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified. And okay, if you read that verbatim, obviously the Lord was not crucified in Sodom or in Egypt. All right, this is talking about the ways of righteousness. All right, Yahushua represents the right hand of the Lord, the way of righteousness, the way of truth. And that is crucified here, okay? Now let me show you one more thing here. Now we're pairing this. I mentioned how these mass layoffs are pushing towards a dystopian future for the general population. But these Edomites, as soon as they realize that their great white hope is not who they thought he was, all hell is going to break loose. And don't ever think just because they go against each other, Jake, you are the target. Even in so-called white-on-white crime, Jake, you will fall victim. You will be the target, because as a famous, I said this quote before, but famous rapper from Texas, from where I'm from, named Scarface. He's a Houston rapper. He said, America is always blaming us niggas for they fuck-ups. And that could not be more truer. Niggas, spiggers, whatever, so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, they always will blame us for their mismanagement, for their misdeeds, for their stupid-ass plans that seem to backfire at every turn. Why? Because the Lord is not with them. The Lord is not on their side. All right? Scriptures tell you they think that their houses will continue forever, but oh no, they are watching that ship sink. All right, so let's hear what this man has to say.
I know the government has been real stressful for everybody lately. All the news is pretty much just bad news. But I got some more bad news. That's the best part. There's a problem that I don't really see many people talking about, so I'm going to bring it up. There is a huge white nationalist movement going on in the United States. I knew about it years ago, but there wasn't anything I could do because it's freedom of speech. Plus, they're very organized and they're very hidden. And it's not just like a couple clubs, down south. It's not just that. They have them in every single state. In bigger states, they have them in every single city. And it's not just like a club where people come together and, have a couple of drinks and play cards. They are training. They organize together with outside chapters to work out martial arts, firearms. They also...
Right, it wouldn't hurt, if you have your sword, and it definitely wouldn't hurt, and if you have the means and the money to do so, to, really train and learn a martial art. But understand at the end of the day that your protection, that your hope lies in Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Now, you're not wicked if you want to learn to fight, if you want to, carry your sword, but don't let that be, don't trust in your belly. Don't trust in your own will, all right? But don't lean to your own understanding, not only in scripture, all right, and in spiritual things, but in carnality, okay? Because the Lord can put you in a situation to where with all your years of training and whatever it is that you are training renders you useless. What about if it leads to famine? Whatever you could be the best fighter, but somebody has an actual weapon, or you're getting jumped. You can't fight famine. You can't fight pestilence. Okay, so keep that in mind. All right, it doesn't hurt to load these things. It doesn't hurt to have things on you, but that should not be your end all be all. And when you go back, and as I did the video yesterday about not trusting these celebrities, how they always, they're set up to lead you astray. Let's go back to 2nd Ezra 15, that top portion, okay, where it says that my people are led like a flock to the slaughter. Let me see, where is that? Oh, the 2nd Ezra 15 and 10. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. And not only are they led by the false prophets who are telling them that everything is cool and that there is no trouble coming, and that, they're just going to walk into the pearly, or waltz into the pearly gates. Not only that, but you also have, these actual celebrities that are set up by your enemy to give you something to be mad about. They tell you what to be mad about, like I said before. They give you talking points. They give you things to be angry about, all the while being distracted and setting you up to beg your enemy for something, while the lessers, the ones you will have contact with, the lesser level, the lower Edomites that you'll have, everyday Joe Smo, they out here training. They are going to fight tooth and nail for their nation. And you, Jake, are going to be a target. All right, they have already spun the narrative to where DEI means black. All right, and they pollute the word woke. Woke started out as in, I see you, devil. I've seen what you've done, and I ain't falling for it. And now they've linked it to weirdo behavior. The whole same weird blue hair. All that shit. So now you're linked. Your company is a bunch of degenerates. So black and degenerates. Black folk and degenerate. And see, as they keep calling you black, it almost fits perfectly because of the definition of what black is. All right, so wow, Jake is being, or at least 2/3 are being pressed. Don't get it twisted, because 2/3 of our people, like these YNs, all right, they gonna get these devils a run for their money, because most of them are cowards, and they're never going to fight fair or one-on-one. So that feeds into the civil unrest as well. That feeds into all the things that the Lord has said will happen. As you can see, every little thing is going to lead to prophecy. Whether it's 5 roads or 25 roads, it all ends the same. It all leads to fulfillment of what the Lord said, because his word will not return unto him void. What does that mean for you? I think the message is obvious. All right, if you are sincere, learning, listening, preaching, and teaching, you continue to line your life up, continue to do what is pleasing Know the names, call upon the names, line your life up, get up under that proper vibration, all right? Ensure that the Lord can call you friend, all right, so you can garner the protection that you need. All right, I don't want to get caught on that wrong side of judgment. That's all I'm gonna say.
Do other things that, just regular dude shit. But these are not just dudes. These are dudes that have been training for the past few years because they want to be ready for what's about to happen. And everybody told me I was crazy. Oh, you're crazy. Why are you spending that much money in ammunition? Why do you work out so much?
All right, see, so he'll go in to just say, like, basically carnally be prepared. And again, there's nothing wrong with a carnal preparation, but your faith, your trust, wholeheartedly should not lie in carnality. All right, your gift is in the spirit. Your gift is the protection from on high. All right. When you read these scriptures, it says, I am the God of Israel. All right. I am the Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So if this resonates with you, you don't look like your quintessential Israelite, black, Negro, or Negro, Latino, Native American. But if this resonates with you, then I'm talking to you. This is by blood. This is not color. This is by blood or by spirit. Then you need to know the names. You need to call upon the names. You need to line your life up properly and walk in the ways of the Lord. That is your utmost protection. Carnality is second. All right, so with that being said, shalom.